What's up, all about the Birds Nation? Eagles, Falcons, football season is here. Let's get this shit show going.
Let's do it.
Disconnect between the head coach and the GM.
Because
and when
nobody
you
sees
have
Howie's vision.
no, Howie's a freaking moron, and there's a reason why.
Howie, you not a moron.
Are you never gonna let me freaking talk? God damn, bro!
What's up, everybody? It is another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AAT Sports Network. I am your host, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside my co-host, Peanut. And Peanut, everyone, football is finally here, baby. Eagles football is back.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
we're going to suck or not, the next 4 months, it's going to be exciting. I don't care what anyone says. Football season is the best season, and
I agree.
I'm just getting excited, man.
Me too, man. We could actually talk about like real football games instead of the what ifs, the who whats, and I'm ready. How about you, man?
I'm freaking excited, man. There's a lot to get into, a lot to dive into here on Birds, Beards, and BS.
Yes,
Again, we are powered by Manscaped. You can use our code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com.
Yeah.
Again, AATBirds discount code for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. We appreciate their support.
Yes.
So a lot to get into. I would say we're only a couple days away, but a little bit short show. I'm a little bit procrastinator. I still didn't pack yet. I have a flight at 7 in the morning. I have to be at the airport by 5. So it's going to be a little bit of a condensed show, and we'll maybe dive a little bit more into it next week, hopefully talking about an Eagles victory. But, Peanut, Eagles, Falcons, week 1 in Atlanta.
Versus the Falcons. Matty Ice, Kyle Pitts. Let's see what this defense is going to be made of. Let's see what happens. Jalen Hurts, who only played a couple snaps during the preseason, but he did well during joint practices. Let's see our newly anointed captain, Jalen Hurts. Let's see what he's made of. And we're finally going to be able to see these young receivers in a real game versus the Atlanta Falcons. What are your thoughts on the Falcons?
Look, it's a lot to look at. I understand this was a 4 or 5 win football team in the Atlanta Falcons, but do not count them out.
No.
Look, their defense on paper, that's going to be what the Eagles are going to have to do to exploit.
Right.
They are going to have to go out there and attack that defense because on paper, that defense does not scare anyone.
Right.
But once again, we have an inexperienced quarterback. A new head coach, a new offensive scheme. I expect a lot of points from both football teams.
Okay,
and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And it's a good test for this Eagles team and for Nick Sirianni and for Jalen Hurts. Look, you're on the road in a hostile environment,
loud
in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A new stadium, a very raucous arena. That's going to be probably a sold-out crowd. Week 1 in the NFL, whether the team's bad or not, that place usually fills with road fans as well. So Eagles Nation is definitely going to be represented in Atlanta on Sunday. But again, they have Matty Ice, a former NFL MVP and a guy that took his team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
They're without Julio Jones. Major loss, but they still have Calvin Ridley, who's an up-and-coming star in the National Football League from the wide receiving position. They added one of the best playmakers in the draft in Kyle Pitts, which that is going to be a mismatch that I'm going to be eyeing on for most of this game because that's going to be the difference, whether our linebackers can find a way, and Jonathan Gannon can find some way, a defensive scheme,
Right.
to go out there and try to control Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the defense handles him too, because it's basically a tight end with the skill set of a wide receiver. So it's going to be tough to figure out how they're going to slow him down. And Matty Ice, he's a good decision maker for most of the time. So I'm looking for a dink and dunk first half, and then if they have to, like at the end of the game, if they have to air it out, they will. But I'm looking for a short ground and pound first game of the season kind of game.
I don't know about that.
You think?
You're talking from us or from an offensive
From both standpoints.
I don't know about that.
What do you think?
I would say you're not going to have to worry about the elements. It's a dome, so if it's nice
Indoors.
out there, they'll have it open.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of speed on both teams.
Absolutely.
We addressed Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley from the linebacker or from the running back position. They had Mike Davis.
Yeah.
So don't count him out.
Right.
And on the Eagles side, look, they have Miles Sanders. He's a great speed. He has a lot of speed. A guy that I feel is going to have a bounce back year from last season after a disappointing 2020 campaign.
Hopefully, Booby.
Hopefully.
But
I hope the guy that Nick Sirianni somewhat tries to stretch the football field. I do not want to become this vanilla
West Coast offense.
This vanilla offense where we're very predictable and a lot of dunk. And I get it. Look, we have a lot of speed. You want to get our receivers and our playmakers in open space, because these are guys, when they're in open space, they can find ways to exploit opposing defenses and get yards after the catch and pick up first downs and move the chains.
Yep.
Ultimately, I still want to see what our offense can do when we're at full strength. Remember, we have not worked with this offense with everyone in the fold. We Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith didn't get to work with each other outside the joint practices and the practices at NovaCare Complex.
Right.
So in a game situation, I do not see how this Atlanta Falcons defense can shut down our offense for the most part.
Right.
At least with the amount of speed. I feel that the Eagles are the only ones that can beat the Eagles are the Eagles themselves, meaning mistakes, bad decision making, penalties, turnovers, coaching. Lack of execution. Yeah. I feel on paper that this team is a little
more talented.
I would say more talented. I feel we're a little bit more well-rounded, especially when you compare the two defenses. I'm sorry for Atlanta. Yeah. I don't know how this team's going to be able to stop opposing offenses this season. This is the defense, unless they surprise a lot of people, are going to be giving up a lot of points.
I agree.
And if Jalen Hurts can ball out and play up to the potential that Eagles Nation and this coaching staff and some people believe he can do, and put the haters to rest, it's going to be a very exciting football season. And the first test is this Atlanta Falcons team.
I agree.
And this is possibly a huge confidence booster, because you get on a roll, you start scoring some points, you show that what you can do and build that confidence, not just from a quarterback standpoint, but from a team standpoint, because then you have the rest of the team believing in Jalen, believing in this offense, believing in Nick Sirianni. And I understand it's a moral victory, but I honestly, truly believe confidence can help move you throughout the season.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can get on a roll that way.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And if they start early and score early, I agree with that. But I think with it being the first game of the season, with Devontae and Hurts not being in preseason games or whatever, the timing's just not going to be there. And I think Nick Sirianni.
That's what practice is for.
I get it, but practice and games are two different time zones. You know what I'm saying? So eventually they're going to get on that, and I'm hoping that it happens right away. Who knows? They do have history. They've played together before, so maybe all it takes is maybe a couple drives before they start clicking. But I'm looking for the first game, knock the rust off. If I was Nick Sirianni, I would not put all the pressure on Jalen Hurts. I would run the ball, short screens, anything just to get the ball moving, so that it does build up that confidence, so that Jalen Hurts does get to that point where the timing is there, and then that's when they can start airing the ball out. But I see what you're saying, but I really see a ground and pound, short yard, time consuming, take the time clock out of the play kind of game. So. Sorry, that was brought to you by Heineken.
And we'll see, because honestly, we don't know what type of offense Nick Sirianni is going to run.
This is the biggest question mark year I could remember as an Eagles fan.
Well, it's the biggest question mark going into week one, because you don't know what you have. You don't know what you have a lot with this football team and what kind of direction this team is going to. Because look, you look at the 53-man roster, and the fact they only kept 3 running backs.
Yeah,
they keep Miles Sanders, they keep Boston Scott, and they keep Gainwell.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Jordan Howard, which is a surprise cut, which I did not think was going to happen. He's on your practice squad.
Right.
They did reserve him and prevent him from getting picked up by another team for this week's game.
Cool.
So he can't be picked up, and he has the potential to play if someone gets hurt and all that. But I just feel the lack of depth at the running back position. It just kind of shows me that maybe Sirianni, He's giving in to Jeffrey Lurie, I think. Jeffrey Lurie is a guy that loves offense. He loves scoring points.
Right.
He doesn't like these low-scoring, ground-and-pound, defensive type of football games.
Yeah, but he likes winning games, and that's what, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
according to those reports.
Yeah.
The big reports, he got pissed off that Doug Peterson won a game in Green Bay 13-6, wherever the hell it was.
Allegedly, though. This is all alleged shit. None of this is, listen, there's no concrete evidence. This is everyone coming up with assumptions. And I'm not saying
it's by reporters. Reporters get sources. That's part of their job. They
fake news.
Not all of it.
Fake news.
Not all. The fact that there's been consistent reports of similar situations, I believe it.
I hear you, but look, I think ultimately it's the first game of the season. I don't think it's going to be one of those like where, you won the game, but you ran the ball so many. Winning the first game is probably key right now, especially in this question mark of a season, and we need a win. It'd be nice to go into the second week of the NFL season 1-0 as opposed to being 0-1. So by all means, by any means necessary, if they have to run the ball, and mind you, we're talking about offense. Maybe the defense steps it up. Maybe we get a defensive score or special teams. Anything to just get by this first week at this point would be a plus for me. So Jalen Hurts, passing the ball too much might be detrimental to them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you're going to see a 70-30 run pass run ratio imbalance, but I do expect Nick Sirianni to take some shots. I do expect him to try to exploit this defense. Look,
you think he comes out aggressive?
I think he's going to come out aggressive. Look at their corners. They have AJ Terrell.
Who?
They have Fabian Morel.
Huh?
Duron Harmon, Eric Harris at safeties. This is a secondary on paper that we should exploit the hell out of with the amount of playmakers that we have and the amount of speed. You have Devontae Smith.
Right.
You have Quez Watkins, who has shown that can be a devastating playmaker.
Absolutely.
You have Jalen Reagor, who has some speed, and this could be the point in his career where he turns the corner and builds some of that confidence. You have the two best tight end tandem in the National Football League with Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz.
Facts.
It's like Sirianni has said all season long, he's not sticking to a game plan or a certain offense.
Right.
He's finding ways to exploit opponents' weaknesses. And I feel he looks from an offensive standpoint that their weakness is their defense and their secondary.
Yeah.
And I feel he's going to try to find ways to exploit that.
Yeah,
whether, like you said, I'm not saying deep ball every single play.
No, I got you.
But yeah,
a pass heavy game.
Some bubble screens, some short slants in the flat, some corner or out routes. I would say just ways to move the football and try to exploit their weaknesses, because on defense, besides Grady Jarrett, they really don't. And Deion Jones is a solid linebacker.
Yeah, he is.
They don't really have much. This is a defense that does not scare me right now until they show me that they can do something on Sunday.
Right.
And like I said, the only thing I feel right now that is going to cost the Eagles this game are the Eagles themselves. From an offensive standpoint, if Jalen Hurts is making bad throws, turning the football over, throwing in the double coverage, not reading the plays well enough.
Not going through his progressions.
Yeah, not going through his progressions. Don't get me wrong. I do expect Miles Sanders to have a pivotal part in this offense and the offensive game plan, and he's going to be. I feel he might have a big game.
I think Boston Scott's going to have a big game. For some reason, I feel like Nick Sirianni is enamored by Boston Scott's playmaking ability and his versatility. Like Miles Sanders probably going to get the bulk of the carries, but I feel like Boston Scott's going to be the guy that he's going to focus on. So if you go like two running back set, if you have both of these guys in the backfield, like to have that dynamic ability of what he has and then what Miles has, I think he's going to try to exploit the defense on that level. That being said, you're right. I think if we're going to lose this game, is going to be mistakes. It's going to be too many 3rd and longs. There's going to be turnovers. Stuff like that will make us lose this game. But I honestly think, at least for the first half, I think they're going to take it. Unless I could be wrong, Nick Sirianni might come out and bomb the ball 30 yards. Who knows? I don't know. But if I was the coach, first game of the season, let's ease into this. That was brought to you by Heineken.
You're disgusting.
Let's ease into the season. Let's not put too much pressure on Jalen Hurts the first quarter of the first game of the first starting season for this quarterback.
You need to put pressure on him. You need to see from him if he can be the guy. What better start than week 1? Do you want to wait till week 5, week 6? Okay, maybe we'll start trying to get the offense, and then we'll find out what he can do. No,
but
I want week 1. I want to know what I have in my quarterback. I want to know how this season is going to progress as we move into the later months of the year.
It's not checkers, though, man. You're trying to get the queen and king with the first move, man. Come on, let's move our pawns first and set up what we have to do. You're trying to win the game before the game is done. In that aspect, you're trying to run before you crawl. Let's just get through the first half without. Let's play some mistake-free football for the first half. That's the first step. The second half, if you want to go ahead and air it out, by all means, do your thing, Nick Sirianni. But right now, what we need is confidence-building plays that will lead to 3rd and 4th quarter touchdowns. That was brought to you by me.
I get what you're saying, but I feel if you're too conservative, that is your way of showing that you're playing scared and that you do not believe in your quarterback.
No, because I'm not saying be conservative during the whole game. We're talking about the first quarter of the first game, Jeffrey.
But you do not want to. Look, you don't want to keep your opponent sticking around. How many times have we seen Eagles teams that we should have been blowing a team out?
Right.
And look, we allowed them to stick around because we were being too conservative. We were trying to play the clock instead of trying to score points, and we end up losing football games.
Well, that's different. That you're talking about 3rd and 4th quarters. I'm talking about
talking about the whole game.
So the first drive, what is an ideal drive for you if you're watching? Well, will be there. You will be there.
I want fucking points.
So what do you drop back, pass 10, 15 yards, drop back, pass?
I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying throw every single down, but you're making it seem like that you do not have faith in Jalen Hurts, or you don't want to put too much.
I don't know what the guy's capable of doing.
Then what better fucking point than week 1 against Atlanta?
Let's mess up his psyche the first game in the first quarter. No, Jalen, let's drop back and flea flicker this shit.
We don't have high expectations for this season. So what does it matter what you do with your quarterback?
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Yo, it does matter. You don't want to throw him into the fire in the first quarter because, listen, I think he can handle it no matter what. And I see what you're trying to say, but you're putting way too much pressure on your quarterback.
No.
You gotta.
There's 32 NFL starting jobs. If you cannot handle the pressure, hit the fucking bench and fucking grab a clipboard because you don't deserve to be starting in this league. Then the whole if he feels that he's the franchise quarterback, he wants to show what he can do. He wants the reins to the offense.
True.
He wants to air it out. He wants to fucking put all the haters to rest.
True.
That said he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Yeah. He wasn't even there was what was he in 40?
The Pro Football Focus ranking, they had him like 40th out of like 50 quarterbacks.
Now, if he does that, more power to him. I'm with it. But
and again, I understand we were a 4-11-1 football team. I'm not saying that we should be blowing out the Atlanta Falcons 35-0 by halftime.
Right.
But I want to see what we have in Jalen Hurts off the bat. I want to know how he's going to be able to read opposing defenses, go through his progressions, pick up blitz packages, audible at the line, make smart decisions. How is he going to run this offense?
Yeah.
There's no better place to know what he can do than week 1. the first fucking series.
Yeah.
I'm not running it 3 straight goddamn times. You get a first down, okay?
I got you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's okay for him to dink and dunk in the first half of the first game.
That's fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like if no one's open, or if you're under pressure, give rid of the ball. Give it to your tight end, give it to your running. We don't need big plays off the bat. What we need to do is consume some time and build up confidence for this offense. And I'm telling you, if you do that you start to wear that defense down. And once you start wearing that defense down and you have a mobile quarterback with wide receivers that can get open off the line of scrimmage, including running backs that can catch out the backfield minus Booby, you start to break apart the morale of that defense. And then the second half is when you start lighting shit up. That's it. That's all I was trying to say. I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I'm really sorry. I'm telling you, if we do it like that, that's how you win games. If we come out of there and they just want to throw a 50-yard bomb,
it's not going to work every week though.
No, this week it will though. With that defense, it would.
This week it doesn't matter what they do, because honestly, whether they're running or throwing the football,
it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, exactly. In the words of The Rock, it doesn't matter what the Atlanta Falcons defense tries to do, because we are moving this football unless we hurt ourselves. With false starts, penalties, holds, forcing our offense into second, third, and longs.
Which would be a coaching issue then. If they're false starting and then there's penalties, they're not. The team is not ready to play. That's one thing I will blame on coaches every time. Stuff like that.
Not always. Once again, it's the players. The players are the ones that ultimately have to go out there and execute. So if they're mistiming their snaps, that's on the player.
All right. Well, I disagree with you.
I'd say holding penalties. Okay, that's on coaching because they need. But a coach can only do so much.
Right.
Look at Andy Reid all those years. Everyone wants to say he was a bad coach and time management and this and that.
He was.
Yes and no. When it came to timeouts, yeah. But when it came to the 2-minute offense and his starting quarterback or whoever was out there did not know the situation or what down and distance it was or how much time was left on the clock, you can like
what quarterback did? Who are we talking about?
There's a few of them, but like they say, you can lead a dog to or lead the
horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah, exactly. That shitty ass analogy that I fucked up.
I dragged you out of that one because that could have gotten real fucking bad.
But I'm not trying to get overconfident, and that's the one thing I'm not trying to do. Because remember, we were a 4-11-1 football team. We made some improvements, but there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unanswers.
Right.
A lot of question marks that need to be answered this season. And
I agree.
Just looking at the matchups. And it's going to come down. I know this is an old cliche, but it's really going to come down to the battle in the trenches. And I feel our offensive line and defensive line are going to win those battles. I feel we're going to
win those battles.
They should win those battles. I feel our front four and Jonathan Gannon, he's going to design some different type of blitz packages.
Thank God, man.
And disguise a lot of things in this defense that's going to cause some problems for Matty Ice. And Matty Ice, he's a veteran quarterback in this league, and he's a quality one.
Get in his face.
But this offensive line, I do not know how they're going to be able to hold up against our front four and from our pass rushing standpoint, and the depth we have at the pass rushing standpoint.
Agreed.
I kind of feel the one weakness, and like I said earlier, the big thing on our side, on the defense side of the football, is going to be controlling Kyle Pitts. I have confidence in Darius Slay to control Calvin Ridley.
Right.
Our second corner, whoever that may be, I'll say Russell Gage. He might not be a household name, but he's a quality wide receiver as well. He's a guy that has some speed. He's a guy that can make some plays. But Kyle Pitts, that's the matchup I'm really going to be eyeing on. Because last season, our linebackers, they could not find a way to freaking stop anyone in the passing defense. In man-to-man coverage against tight ends, wide receivers, whoever it was, they could not stop anyone. And yes, they added Eric Wilson. Right. Who's a ball hawk. The Alex Singleton's coming in another year.
Captain Singleton.
Yeah. Leading tackler last year. And then of course, we had TJ Edwards and a couple other linebackers on our defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Jonathan Gannon can find ways to contain Kyle Pitts.
This is how you contain Kyle Pitts. You have to stop Matty Ice from having time in the pocket.
Well, obviously.
Because to be honest with you, the guy, given time, if you give this guy too much time and give that guy too much time, there's no stopping it. So what you need to do is just develop pressure, blitz, mask your defensive schemes. Listen, it's not gonna be like on paper. Yeah, it sounds like
It's not gonna be a cakewalk.
No, hell no, not. And if it is, I will be the first to eat crow. Trust me, man. Trust me. But the defensive side of the ball, I see what you like. Listen, we still have holes on the defense. You know what I'm saying? The light just fell down. Let's move this light over this way. Here we go. Now we're in a dark basement. That's crazy. Hold on. You know what? Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm gonna hook you up.
I know. You need to start installing some goddamn lights in this fucking place, Mr. Maintenance Man. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Look. Thank you. Let's see the light. This thing's a piece of shit. But yeah, look, this is definitely a game that on paper I feel we should win. This is definitely a team that has a lot of potential, but it just as an Eagles fan, you never want to get overconfident. We've been let down so many times in the past. There's been so many games that we expected to come out with the victory, and we did. Or crazier things have happened. 2008, I think, or 2007,
right.
In Green Bay, Greg Lewis muffs the fucking punt to give Green Bay a short field for the game-winning touchdown or a game-winning field goal. We expected to possibly win that football game.
You mean former wide receiver quarterback Greg Lewis?
Yeah,
that guy. Fuck you, Greg Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch.
So there's been plenty of letdowns, but this is a very pivotal game for the start for this season. Because look, they start on the road in Atlanta against the Falcons. They come home against a 49ers team. Yeah, they're coming west to east, but it's still a 49ers team that's pretty complete. And minus the quarterback position, there's still a team that can cause some havoc for you.
That defense ain't no joke.
Week 3 on the road in Dallas.
Yep.
So the opening month of the season, roughly, you can possibly start 0-3 if you do not win this football game.
I agree.
So it's a very pivotal game for if they want to get on the right track and to try to build their way towards a possible playoff run, especially in an unknown NFC East that we don't know how well they're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, we can't. Hopefully, we can't be as bad as we were last year. The NFC East, if we do another repeat of what happened last year,
I don't think it is.
I just don't see that happening. I think all 4 teams gotten better in certain areas. Excluding maybe the New York, Giants. Yes, Barkley's back, so I think everyone's gotten better. The problem is that was brought to you by Heineken. The problem that we have as Eagles fans is there's so many unanswered questions. We didn't have a preseason where we could see the players and see the progression of what Nick Sirianni was trying to do. It was all vanilla. We heard about it, but we didn't get to see it. So basically, this game is going to be the first introduction, no holds barred. You didn't see shit. You don't know nothing about anything. This is going to be the game that we can sit down, analyze, and see exactly where his head is at and exactly what these guys are capable of doing. Win, lose, I don't expect to win this game. I don't. I think there's a chance we can win this game, but if we don't win the game, it's not going to be the say-all, end-all. What I want to see is progression. What I want to see is discipline. What I want to see is great play calling. And most of all, what I really want to see is a fight in these guys. I want these guys in the fourth quarter, if we're down 14 points, I still want them hustling. I don't want to see helmets getting thrown on the floor. I don't want to see sideline scuffles. I want to see straight-up war face. Let's just play this game till the end and make plays. So we'll see what happens. You'll be there to see it firsthand. I'm sure I'll get a phone call afterwards. Either we're going to go in there and we're going to flub it, or we're going to go in there and we're going to go down fighting. And what I expect is Nick Sirianni to have these guys ready to play, to understand the situation. Like, don't go in there and try to prove a point. Go in there and win the game by any means necessary. If that means if you have to run the ball, run the ball. If you have to dink and dunk it, or whatever it takes, just win the game by any means necessary. That's what I want to see from this game. And you're right. We could quite possibly be 0-3. Depends on what kind of 0-3 we're looking at. If we're 0-3 and we're just stinking up the joint, at that point, there's going to be a lot of questions that need to be answered. But if we're losing by 3 points, or if we're losing by Pitts catching the ball and winning in the last couple minutes, that would be different.
Yeah, exactly. Like I keep on saying all off season, I don't expect a successful. It depends what you consider a successful season.
Right.
If you think a Super Bowl is a sex, is that your
sex?
If that's your fuck you, dude. If that's your if that's your expectations, and I kind of feel those are extremely high. I understand that's the ultimate goal, and if they go on to win a Super Bowl, I'll be fucking more thrilled than anyone.
Yeah.
But you have to be realistic on what this team is on paper and what we're going into with this football team to start this year. And I'm not saying I don't want them to make the playoffs, but if they make the playoffs, I consider that a successful season.
Making the playoffs would be probably the best successful season we probably have with a first year. I mean, we've done it before, but like getting to the playoffs would be key. Absolutely would be super stoked. Even if we lost in the first round, just getting to the playoffs would make me a happy camper. I would be a happy Eagles fan. But then that would raise the bar.
Well, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And what I was getting at was that I want, if we don't make the playoffs, great, but I want to see competitive football.
Yeah.
I want to see us going out there and fighting and scraping and scratching and clawing for that victory.
Absolutely.
And for us to go out there and try to win football games. I don't want us getting down by double-digit points and laying down for opposing teams.
Yep, I agree.
What type of an example and what type of football team does that set for your
for the future too?
For the future and for your fan base,
especially on the first game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not saying for the first game. I'm just saying throughout the season.
Oh, I got you. I was going to say, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And for the first time in a long time, I could actually watch this game and watch it for what it really is. It's fun. Football's back. It's fun to watch our Eagles go out there and play. And there's really no expectations of winning. I know that sounds fucked up to say, but I'm not expecting this team to do anything. So if they do anything, it's going to be a plus for me. I want to see the progression. I want to see these guys, and I want to see Devontae Smith. I'm tired of not seeing this guy out there. And, you know, what was Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, who was praising his route running and this, that, and the third. I want to see if that actually translates during a real NFL game. I want to see Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper, go out there and make some plays. He doesn't have to have 100 yards, but he can make that one play that would give him a first down. I want to see if they utilize these running backs the way I think they're going to. Are we going to use Boston Scott in screens? Are we going to use Gainwell down the middle? Like, are we going to utilize both tight ends? What are we going to do? There's so much. Like, it's almost like waiting for a movie to come out. You've seen the trailer, but you don't really know what's going on. So I'm looking forward to seeing all that. And on the defensive side of the ball, I'm looking for these guys to dominate on the line. Guys like Cox. You got fucking Brandon Graham. These guys that are veterans that know the schmeal. And I want to see these guys get in the face of Matty Ice. I literally would love to see nothing more than for that defensive front to embarrass the Atlanta Falcons quarterback and coaches. Fuck you guys.
Absolutely. So, Peanut, start of the season. This is what everyone does. So,
yeah.
What's your Eagles' prediction as far as record?
Oh shit, we're doing records for the season?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're not gonna like it though. I see the. Let's start with yours because I think you said what 9 and.
I have them going 9-8.
9-8.
I still have them missing the playoffs, but I have them in the contention for the playoff hunt. Honestly, I feel Jalen Hurts is going to play a lot better than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
I feel this offense is going to start getting it's going to click a little bit. You're going to see some of that chemistry with Devontae Smith and with Jalen Hurts, and it's going to excite some people. I do expect this offense to really have an explosive year. After a letdown season last year, especially if the offensive line can stay healthy for the whole entire season, I expect them to have a pretty decent year. But I kind of do feel that this is still a learning experience.
I agree.
For Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, a lot of these players, and some of their inexperience is going to cost them in a few games.
Absolutely agree with that.
So
I have them at 7-10. I think
I have them in that range, like 7-10, between 7 and 9 wins roughly.
And that's if they don't completely screw the fucking pooch. Like I don't know if you guys remember that Saints game. That game, like I don't want that to be the season where it was just snowballed into this blowout situation. The reason why I have them at 7-10 is because I would like to be more optimistic about them winning more games, but I'm also cautious knowing that they can lose more games as well. And you're right.
There's going to be some games that they lose. There's going to be that they should have won. There's going to be some games that they won that they should have lost.
Yeah, agreed.
So there's definitely potential for more or less wins, and that's why I still have them missing the playoffs.
Yeah, me too.
I do still have Washington winning this division. I just feel they're the more complete football team, and they did make a slight upgrade at the quarterback position, barring any major injuries.
Right.
And look, the Cowboys, they're definitely going to be in contention. I don't feel the NFC East is going to be as bad as it was last year.
I hope.
Look, people have to seem to forget there were a lot of injuries last season. Saquon Barkley was lost for the year.
Facts.
Dak Prescott was lost for the year. They went through 2 or 3 different backup quarterbacks.
Facts.
Alex Smith and Dwayne Haskins were hobbling on the sidelines for Washington. They still ended up winning that division because of their defense. Another year with that defense, with Ron Rivera, and a little bit more of an upgrade at quarterback with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I do feel that they are the leader in the pack right now of the NFC East.
Unfortunately, yeah. You're right.
Especially that pass rush that they have with Chase Young and Montez Sweat, it's going to cause some havoc for even our offensive line. So
I agree.
I do expect Washington to come out on top and becoming the first team to win back-to-back division titles in the NFC East since the Eagles did it in 2003, 2004.
I disagree with you. I agree with you that the Washington Redskins defense is
not Redskins.
Oh, sorry, Washington. No names. The Washington no names. Forgive me. I'm sorry. That was I'm plus 40. I'm sorry. The Washington no names. I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys, man. I think people are sleeping, and I hate. I hate that I'm saying this.
I'm not sleeping on them. I just don't have a lot of faith in that defense.
Yeah,
I do feel Dallas, they're going to put up a lot of points. If Dak Prescott plays to the level that we saw before that injury,
he was killing it, bro.
With that explosive offense, the weapons he has at his disposal, with Michael Gallup, with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, and even behind Elliott, Tony Pollard is a solid quality change of pace back for that Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
I don't see them having problems putting up points. I see them having problems containing points. And it was on that defense, they made a couple upgrades. They did get Micah Parsons, who's I feel is going to be possibly defensive player of the rookie of the year.
Okay.
And they made they had a couple players in the secondary, but it's still a defense that has a lot of holes and a lot of weaknesses that I do not, especially in a league where the offense excels.
Right.
I just don't see them. They're going to be playing a lot of games where it's a lot of shootouts, and I don't see the Cowboys being able to compete in shootout type of games. Look at Week 1. Week 1 on the road in Tampa.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out in a few short hours before the NFL season kicks off. If it comes down to Tom Brady and that offense and putting up 35, 40 points, I don't see the Dallas Cowboys being able to stop the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or most explosive offenses.
I'm gonna. This might sound dated by the time people see this, but they're like, "What the fuck?" I'm sure, and if I'm wrong, so be it. But I have a weird feeling, man. I feel like this Dallas Cowboys team is a lot better than most people are giving credit to, and they suffered the injury bug. Just like, look. I really do here. All right, I'm just gonna say it. I think they upset the Bucs, but that's just me. And I think with that healthy, and mind you, this is based off the premise of Dak Prescott being a healthy quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know if his shoulder's still bothering him. I don't know if he's fully recovered. But if he's back to form when he was right before he got injured, I think a lot of people are sleeping on this Dallas Cowboys team. I really do. And to be honest with you, I think they're the ones to beat in this NFC East unless our team comes out and shows improves. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, like it's got the look. It's got the feel. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to be the NFC East champions this year. I know. I'm sorry.
Well, so who's your Super Bowl pick then?
My Super Bowl pick is going to be Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. They go back to it, but I don't think it's not going to be the versus the Bucs this year. I do not think it's.
Then who do you have?
I don't. You know what? It's tough because I got 3. I got 3 potentials. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Well, personally, you know what? I'll save that for the next show. That way,
You can't save it for the next show.
because I don't want to do this.
Started.
I don't want to do that, man. Because I'm telling you, like, I want to be like, I got to do my homework, and after the
Then you
first
should
week,
have done your homework before the start of the fucking season.
you're doing your homework right now. He's on his phone literally during the show. What are you going to do?
I'm part of a retweet group. I have to get all this shit in.
Yeah, you are a retweet.
Fuck you.
Oh shit. So what else we got to talk about?
Nothing. You give your Super Bowl prediction. We'll give our predictions for the Eagles game and get the fuck out of here.
That's a really
I shut
good
the
point.
goddamn pack.
He's looking at nothing but porn, everyone. I'm just letting y'all know right now. It's nothing but gay porn.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry.
You're fucking ridiculous.
I don't. You know what? All right. I really, because no one's gonna like my pick, man.
Who's your pick? The Cowboys?
Yeah, man.
You're fucking insane.
Yeah, man.
You are fucking insane.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you,
They are not making the fucking Super Bowl.
I just
That
you know
defense is too goddamn
what?
bad.
It's a different year, Jeffrey.
It doesn't matter what year it fucking is.
It doesn't matter. You know what? I just have a weird feeling, man. And I like out of the three teams, I'm like, if Dak Prescott stays healthy, and this presides strictly on the back of Dak Prescott, the way he was playing last year was like MVP level type of play. If he would have continued that throughout the whole year, and I hate it doesn't feel good saying this. It really doesn't. But the offense is stacked. The offensive line is solid. Your wide receivers are solid. Your running backs are solid. The defense is shaky. I get that. But so was our defense when we won the Super Bowl. Like, our defense wasn't great. Tom Brady dropped how many points on us? How many yards? Like, it's not like we stopped anything. We had to outshoot him.
That was one game. The rest of the season,
bro. There's been games in that season where we got burned, and we bend, we don't break. But if you look at the numbers, we weren't shutting shit down. So you don't have to have it. It's not like the 90s or the early 2000s
I'm not saying
where defense won championships. If you can you're right. If you can
still have to have a quality defense.
We don't know what they have yet.
I'm not saying you have to shut down and only allow less than 10 points a game to win football games. That's not the case anymore.
No.
Because opposing team or offenses and offensive schemes and offensive coordinators, their game plans are just too dynamic to really control. The teams are still going to find ways to score points. It's limiting those points and limiting the big plays. And the Dallas Cowboys just have too many glaring holes on that defense. I'm sorry, I love Michael Parsons, but one dude on that defense in a unit.
One dude can make a big difference.
No, not when it comes to linebacking position.
Well, it can change the culture of the linebacking position.
He's a fucking rookie. He's not going to change that in a fucking year.
You watch, man. Pete, we've seen it happen before,
He's
man.
going to be a great player. I'm not denying that, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to completely take over a game and change that the weaknesses and cover up those glaring holes on that defense. It's not happening.
We'll see.
But I agree with you. I do have the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another rematch. But I do have Andy Reid having the final laugh this time, picking up his second Super Bowl victory. I just love Patty Mahomes way too much. And that offense with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes is becoming the new face of the NFL at this moment.
Absolutely.
And things just got a little bit easier for him in the AFC with Gus Edwards possibly being lost for the season, Marcus Peters possibly lost for the season for the Baltimore Ravens. He starts to worry about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, but besides that, I unless there's a surprise team or someone that comes out of nowhere, I kind of feel it's going to be coming down to the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC, and I just have a lot more confidence in Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah, Josh Allen's been progressing though too. So there's stuff I took. Trust me, like I said, I just picked one of the three teams. I'd love to get in depth over it. We can have a show where we can get into it.
There's no point. The fucking season's already started.
You don't just ask on the fucking whim while you're sitting there looking at titties.
It's not a whim.
None but titties on that phone.
The season is about to start. What kind of fucking person doesn't have an NFL preview show before the start of the season? You should have fucking thought, what are we going to talk about this week? Maybe we'll talk about the season.
Larry, I was picking this photo. I was going to show you.
Look, there's nothing.
Nothing but titties. Nothing but titties. Nah, you know, I don't even like doing the Super Bowl prediction thing because
But okay, that's the
I don't
thing.
like doing that.
If you don't like it, then don't fucking say we'll talk about that another week. No, because then you're a fucking dumbass. That fucking,
whoa, fuck you, dude.
not
Yeah, I've
you-
been. Okay.
not
I
you,
was
bro,
gonna say.
not you specifically.
I was like, damn, bro.
No. I'm saying that you look like. Look,
Yeah.
if you have a fucking
I got
preview
you.
show in the middle of the season, you look like a dumbass.
Well, I want to be that guy. I want to be the dumbass. I want to be like, hey, I don't know. Seattle's looking pretty good. You know, it's the first. Everyone likes to make predictions before the season starts.
That's
man.
what
I don't like.
That's what
doing
you
that.
have to do.
You don't have to do a goddamn thing. You're an adult, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want. We can curse, fuck, shit, and look at titties while doing a show.
Jesus Christ.
Some nice titties.
There's no fucking titties.
We'll see, man.
I don't even see my wife's titties anymore. You fucking think I'm looking at my phone?
Whoa, TMI. But do tell.
No, it's okay.
Let's
But okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes. What the fuck are we doing?
You're the one that-
Nobody's even watching the show anymore. They're probably like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Pretty much. So look, Eagles Falcons Sunday, Week 1 in Atlanta. What's your prediction, Peanut? Game score and who wins?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a low scoring game, 14-21 Atlanta.
How the fuck's that low score? Well, I guess it's a little bit low scoring,
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to get overconfident, but just everything inside me is saying, like, look, the Eagles have a chance to lose this game, which I get, but I don't know. Look, because a lot of things can happen. Look, like we keep on bringing up, Jalen Hurts can have a bad game. Nick Sirianni can have a bad coaching game. We don't execute, and all those things could definitely happen. But I have confidence in Jalen Hurts until
What's the score?
until they prove me wrong. Which, granted, could be after Week 1. They could prove me wrong.
In Atlanta, they could prove you wrong. You'll be right there, front and center.
I feel it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I feel the difference in this game is going to be that our defense, our front four, the pass rush, getting to Matt Ryan, and the battle in the trenches with our offensive line, giving Jalen Hurts time to throw the football, time to not have pressure in his face,
Right.
opening holes for Miles Sanders, and like the game plan that you want, controlling that clock and moving the chains and taking a little bit of that pressure off Jalen Hurts.
Right.
But I kind of feel our defense is going to make that one big play that seals it for us. I'm going to say, I'm going to say 31-27.
Okay.
It's going to be definitely a close scoring game. I'm not saying we're going to blow them out. I just feel on paper,
I hope
we are the more well-rounded team, especially on the defensive side of the football.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, yeah, he might be inexperienced, but from what I've been hearing and reading and seeing, he's a guy that's having a very impressive training camp and a very in those 10 snaps without Devontae Smith did pretty well against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a defense that is pretty decent. So yeah. I feel that we are in good hands. It's going to be an exciting Week 1. There's going to be some growing pains this week.
Absolutely.
There's going to be some excitement.
Yep.
And I feel we come out of Atlanta with a victory because, like we keep on bringing up, the schedule is not easy, and I just cannot picture this team going 0-3 or 0-4 to start the year, especially since I do have it at 9-8, so I did have Atlanta as one of those victories, especially against a team that has a lot of issues of their own. They do have a lot of offensive firepower with Kyle Pitts, and he's going to cause some havoc for our defense. It's going to be finding ways with Jonathan Gannon on how to contain and limit those big plays from Calvin Ridley and from Kyle Pitts. And I feel with our more experienced secondary, now that we have the upgrade with Anthony Harris, looks like no Rodney McLeod, though, for Sunday, which is unfortunate.
He hasn't been written off yet, right?
He's Darius Slay basically hinted in his press conference this past week that it looks like Rodney's most likely not going to be playing on Sunday. So he basically let the cat out of the bag. So whether it's Marcus Epps or Kayvon Wallace is the other safety,
Kayvon Wallace needs to step it up, baby.
We'll see, but I do feel our defense is going to be the difference maker in this game. So again, Bina, any last final thoughts before we get the hell out of here?
Nah, man, I'm excited. I'm wishing you a safe and fun journey. Hopefully you come back and you're right about this and it's a win. It's a nice week for you. Other than that, I thank everybody for watching, liking, commenting. Even if you talk shit on us, we think that shit is funny because what the fuck do we know? We don't know shit. And who the fuck are we, right? We appreciate all you guys watching. Other than that, man, I'm ready for game time, man. Let's go.
Game time, baby. Dominate. Let's go.
Yeah.
Eagles football is finally back. We'll be back next week, hopefully talking about an Eagles victory and dissecting and diving into the Eagles 49ers matchup for week 2 here on Birds, Beers, and BS.
Yep.
We are a part of the AAT Sports Network. Again, follow, like, subscribe, hit that comment button, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. Let us know. Make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel since we are exclusively on the AAT Sports Network YouTube exclusive.
Yep.
And again, if you don't have anything going on Sunday, make sure to check out Chip and Johnny for the AAT Birds pregame show at the West End in Quakertown, right off Route 309 in Quakertown. 11:30 kickoff start for the show. Game time 1 o'clock. We are that is going to be the home all season long for away games. The AT Birds away pregame show at the West End in Quakertown. So make sure to check them out. If not, you can't be there in person. It will be live stream on all our platforms. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when we go live. So you don't miss a single ounce of coverage from all our AAT Sports Network programming.
Yes, sir.
So again, from Peanut myself, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Warner NFL. Follow Peanut at Party Doll Dave 1, even though he doesn't fucking tweet.
I'm gonna start tweeting now. The season has started. You will see.
And hopefully, we're talking about an Eagles victory come next week. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Peace.
Attention, listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do we have a pube problem? If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds. Ready for an out-of-world experience, fellas? Look no further than the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped that has just taken off in not only the USA, but Canada, the UK, across Europe, Australia, South Africa, and Singapore. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your whole solar system. First, scheduled for liftoff, new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. This spaceship is here to guide you on a journey to trim your body, balls, butt, and even your anus. This 4th generation trimmer also features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch, can engage a travel lock, and is even waterproof. The Lawnmower 4.0 also has a 4000K LED spotlight you can turn on and off when needed for a more precise shave throughout your travels across the universe. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker. It's like having a little astronaut to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Don't forget to use Crop Preserver ball deodorant and their Crop Reviver to help your little planets be on their A-game while feeling the sun's heat. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Abort hairy balls and Buzz Lightyear that Woody with Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds at manscaped.com. For a clean trinity and beyond, your Spaceballs will thank you.